Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Hidden Agenda. I am Thanasi.
I am Tony.
And we've got another exciting episode for you this week.
Yes, but you don't know what I'm going to bring to the table,
No.
and I don't know what you're going to bring.
That's why it's exciting, Tony.
Well, it's exciting, but also could be inaccurate.
I suppose
saying.
I'm assuming it's going to be exciting.
I'm assuming so as well, and it's always good to assume.
Always good. Yeah, aim for the sky. You might land on the treetops.
What are you going to do? Not assume? Just, not have
Just come in. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a crap show for you today.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, if I bring in a box, are you going to assume what's in the box?
But is the box an agenda item?
No, it is not. In this...
I could assume what's in the box, but I'm very likely to be wrong.
You gotta assume things. You can't just walk around. People say don't assume. Like, what, are you just walking around with big question marks everywhere? Assume. Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks. Make up your mind.
Guess what's in the box.
Just be like, nobody's telling me what's in here, but I bet it's this.
Yes, it's a bunch of peaches and a bottle of Coke. Done.
It's a cat.
It's a cat. It doesn't matter. It just fill in the world, people.
Yep, that's it.
That's my message. Assume away.
Assume away.
Right.
Assumption is the mother of all F-ups, as someone used to tell me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's come true a lot of times in my life.
Yeah,
I've made a lot of mistakes based on faulty assumptions.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
So...
Should we get into it?
Yes!
Topic number one.
All right.
Item number one. I'll get it right eventually.
I have a problem with the human body.
I've got a lot of problems with the human body, but I'm interested to hear what your specific one is.
I want to improve this. I mean, there's a lot of sight. There's a lot of senses in the human body. You know?
Sure.
You got your sight. Sight's fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. How great is sight? Can't swear. Sight's amazing.
Yep.
Sound, very good.
Yep.
Love me some sound.
Yeah.
The one I'm not so crash hot about is the touch.
Really?
Well, the particular element of the touch that I don't like.
The pain?
The pain.
Yeah.
Pain, I understand the purpose of pain. It's to let you know, hey, what you're doing is not very good for you. You rest your hand on a hot plate without knowing it. Pain sort of says, hey, you should get your hand off this hot plate. Mm-hmm. It's very hot.
That's right. Its express purpose is to prevent you from injuring yourself.
Yes. But there needs to be a point, and this is where I think evolution falls down, where... Sometimes I get the message, and receiving the message further isn't very helpful.
It's kind of pointless. It's
yes.
just like, ow, fine. Super mega kill me, ow. Probably not necessary.
I mean, yeah, I'm okay with being initially told via pain that being eaten by a lion is not a good thing.
Yeah.
But I don't need pain to tell me that I need to get out of this situation.
Once the lions start eating you...
I'm aware, with other senses and with logic, that this is not a situation I should be in.
Yes, there's an imminent risk of death.
I should get out of here.
Yes.
And that's what I want to do with pain. I want an on-off switch. I want to be able to go, all right, I get it. I don't need this anymore.
Should it be an automatic on-off switch? Like, should it be a kind of like your body goes, I think he's got the message now, I'm just going to switch this off?
But I want to be the one in charge of that. I don't want the body to be in charge of that.
I don't know, because if they put me in charge of that, I'd just turn it off and forget to turn it back on.
Well, see, natural selection would eventually weed your kind out.
Yeah, that's true. The kind of people that forget to turn the pain back on would all be killed.
Yes,
yeah.
and then the people who would turn it back on again and, use its useful... But I mean, like stubbing your toe. Bang, ow.
Oh, yeah, switch that off immediately.
Switch it off.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Yeah.
Not to stub the toe.
Yes.
I know that
you
it's
don't
bad.
need a message.
I've never done it intentionally and had to be told this is bad.
Because it's not like bang, ow, moving on. It's bang, ow, everything in my life is suffering.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What is it with stubbing your toe at night? You always get like the corner of your toe so that it forces the skin up into the corner of your nail and it hurts. It's like the worst possible toe stub. It's never like a nice, clean center hit on the bottom so that it's just kind of like, ow, okay, moving. It's always just the worst possible one.
Well, that's why, and you don't need to be constantly reminded.
Wherever the switch is, I'm hitting that instantly as soon as I stub my toe.
But there's other receptors I don't like. The need to go to the bathroom.
That's a useful one.
Yeah, but not when you're stuck in traffic. That's... You're in traffic, The body's telling you need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, body. I'm aware of that.
Got the message.
There's nothing I can do.
No. You know what you need for that?
What?
You need, Windows Update, the postpone dialogue?
Yeah.
You get the one that pops up just like, look, we've got some updates. We'd like you to do them now.
Yeah.
But if you can't, we'll do them later.
Exactly.
I need one of those.
Later, I'm in traffic. I literally cannot do anything about this now.
Yeah.
Let's not make this hell.
How long until you think you'll be home? 1 hour? 2 hours?
Yeah. But this doesn't need to be excruciating torture by my own body. I've got the message.
Well, hang on.
Let's move on.
If you don't have the sensation of needing to go to the toilet, can you still go?
This is a hypothetical, I suppose.
Well, in your hypothetical, I'm asking you, in your world where you can control these senses in this fashion.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So you could just switch that off and be like, all right, I'll deal with it whenever.
Yeah.
And then just go and deal with it.
I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it when I get home.
But in your world then, still,
yes.
Does switching it... Because, the whole idea of that is so that if you get backed up enough, it can hurt you quite seriously.
Well, yeah, but again, the people who do that will eventually, natural selection will take
true,
over.
okay, yeah. So if you turn it off for so long that you end up... then...
I get the message, okay. The next available opportunity, I will use the facilities...
Yeah.
But
remind me again in an hour.
I don't need to sit here for 40 minutes of pure, leg crossing agony.
These ones in the car, you're trying to drive, avoiding car accidents every 30 seconds.
I don't need that, body. You're not helping. You've delivered
that's
your
a
message.
Nuisance. Yeah.
Go away.
That is actually, other than if you, unless you can deal with it imminently, it's useless. It's only going to cause the amount of car accidents I've nearly had. Seriously, because I'm stuck in traffic. I'm an hour away from home. You can't concentrate when you're doing the dance in the car seat.
No, it's hard.
It's very hard. I would say borderline impossible if it's really bad.
And it makes you start thinking things you shouldn't, like, is that small McDonald's cup? Would that hold him?
Yeah.
That's not something I should be thinking.
I will admit, I've thought that.
Yeah.
I've thought that. But, there's a Coke bottle in the back.
Yeah. But that's not... What we really need is an on-off switch.
What if we could just control the intensity of those?
Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
You can't quite turn it to 0, but you can turn it down to 1.
Yeah, all right. Look, anything is an improvement. And I just want this... I want this improvement.
All right, so I've actually just had a really interesting comment from my friend David, different David to the prog rock hater. He says, but if you don't feel the need to go to the bathroom, you can't get the pleasure and relief from going.
Look, I would take that over...
I would not.
Over the car ride agony.
I don't know, dude. He's got a point, because that is so satisfying.
Well, then you switch it back
on.
on.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
Fixed.
Yeah, you're right.
It's easily fixed.
You hear that, Dave? You can just turn it back on right before you go.
Yeah, done.
But when you turn it back on, it just immediately goes up to 11, and you're just like, ugh, and then,
Yeah.
And then, actually, that would be even better.
What?
Pure comfort up until right to the point you turn it on, you suffer for 3 seconds, and then relief.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That sounds better. I like that.
But it's just, who's working on this? I mean, evolution clearly isn't going to
working on this, Tony.
Someone needs to be working on this.
Nobody is working on this.
Well, who do I don't want to start a task force or something.
A task force of, neurologists.
But if we just, evolution is not good. Evolution gave us pain, which is good.
Yes.
But we are now smarter than the evolutionary process, and we need to just guide it in ways that it wouldn't have figured out itself. And just say, look, this doesn't need to be on all the time.
Yeah. Well, I think the best situation would be to be able to turn it off selectively, so you can have conditions, right? Toe stub, don't need the pain. I know I've stubbed my toe. That's fine.
Right.
I'm not going to die from a stubbed toe. Probably. You'd have to be really unlucky.
Imagine if that was...
Look, I'm sure it's happened.
Oh,
I'm sure it's happened. Someone just stubbed their toe and got a nasty infection and died. I'm sure it's happened.
What a way to go.
People have died from really, really stupid things like that before. But if you could just turn it off for toe stubs, turn it down to 1 if you're stuck in traffic and you need to pee, things like that, fine. I don't know that I'd trust myself ever with the ability to just switch off all negative sensations.
Right.
Negative physical sensations.
I mean, if you're in a bar fight and you're getting, you
turn it off in a fight, you'd be invincible.
Yeah, but I don't like...
Until you get killed.
If I'm being mugged...
Yeah.
I don't need the body you need to get out of this situation. Yes. I'm aware.
When the guy came around the corner with the knife, it was at that point that I realised I need to be out of this situation, not at the point where that knife entered me.
Yes, exactly right. You know, have I told you my sort of analogy of the human brain?
No.
See, I live in a world where I try and relate things to other things. Yeah. And to me, the human brain is kind of like... I mean, because the human brain, it has all our thoughts. It's controlling what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah.
But it also does other stuff.
It does a lot of automatic stuff, too.
Yeah, it regulates my heart.
Yeah.
I have no control over that. There's just some section of my brain is going off and doing that. And to me, that's kind of like, when you get an iPhone.
Yeah.
You can do some stuff with it. But there's a lot of other stuff locked away.
Yeah.
That if you jailbreak the phone, you can then install apps you're not supposed to install, access the, TCP/IP stack and do all this sort of stuff.
It's funny because the example I was thinking of was the TCP/IP stack as well. You can tell we're massive nerds.
But so to me, like, the brain is kind of like an unjailbroken phone.
Yeah.
And if we could figure out a way to jailbreak it, then we could be like, yep, turn off that toilet sensation... lower the heart rate. The heart doesn't need to... I just feel like... Could we fine-tune it better than it's automatic?
Yeah. Just turn up the oxygen absorption of the blood so the heart can turn itself down and stuff.
Yeah.
I've often... I don't know if you do this, but I daydream, right? I will often, particularly when I'm walking to and from work, I just like to go through these fantastical scenarios in my brain about, like... the classic one is, like, if I got 3 wishes, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So you're often just walking down going, no, the first wish would be...
complete control of my body is one that I often think about, and all the cool stuff I could do, and a lot of it is stuff like this.
Right.
Being able to, like, manually regulate everything, I think would be an awesome power.
But it might get tedious.
Well, no, but you could always put it back on autopilot.
Right.
Well, no, because you imagine constantly being bombarded, like, oh, you need to deal with this sensation that happened on this neuron and that one and this, and, you're backing up a little bit, you need to go and deal with that, fire that sensation. No, that would be hell.
Yeah.
You'd have no time to do anything else.
You're right. But, man, you'd just be sitting there being, like, efficient as all hell. Just,
yeah.
Man, this is... He's eaten a peanut in the last 3 weeks, and he's still
not hungry.
Yeah, that's amazing. He really needs to go to the toilet.
And yet, he's maintaining a zen-like aura.
Yes, as he just sits there.
Look, I don't know that is quite zen, but...
That's my definition. That's how I...
Actually, you know what I just realised?
What? That no one who's listening to this can hear?
Well, because I was forever doing things where I'd make a gesture with my hands or pull a face on the podcast before we came into the studio.
Yeah.
And then someone would inevitably say...
No one can see this.
Yeah, no one can see this. Now, the people watching now and that go back and watch the recording can... But the people that still listen on audio can't. So now I'm stuck in this thing where I go, oh, cool, I can pull a face, everyone will see it.
Yeah,
and then someone else goes, well, actually...
Depends if you want to treat audio-only people as second-class citizens, I suppose.
They kind of are, though. Because think about it. How many people are only listening to the audio when they've got this beautiful video in this beautiful studio?
I don't know.
Just because you hate watching yourself.
Yeah, I don't particularly like it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
watch our videos.
I don't have much more to say. I want to be able to fine tune the human body some more. I want to set up a task force so people, someone will go out and actually do. Because I say this, and I know no one's going to do anything about it.
I suspect that it's more a case of it can't really be done.
Well, I want that in writing from a task force.
I mean...
I want to be told.
I like that you've specifically got task force. It's not working group. It's not fellowship. It's a task force. They have a task and they are a force.
No, they have a task they're forced to accomplish.
Oh, I see. Okay,
That's they're task force.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But yeah, no, I want to set up I tell you what, if Frodo was in a task force instead
rather
of
than a fellowship,
that would have been one film.
That ring would have been thrown in the volcano in Mordor like that.
Yes, but the fellowship got in,
faffing about, going through the forest,
lunch in the forest,
getting almost murdered several times. Yeah,
Gandalf should have set up a task force. This is the ring task force. Get that ring into the flames.
Why couldn't Gandalf just kind of like magically poof them to the edge of the...
I don't know. I'm not a Lord of the Rings.
Just like, I guess that's a bit Deus Ex Machina, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Have we got anything relevant on that topic before we move on? David says, here's what I want. If it stops bleeding, it stops hurting. I can agree with that. Though then again, with your finger cuts, just bleed forever.
Do you know the wussiest injury I've ever had?
What's that?
I opened up my cupboard and a tiny jar of spices fell off the shelf and landed
on your toe?
Onto my big toe,
Yeah, that's a bad one.
And it broke the skin underneath the toe, so the blood was just sort of pouring into the toe, and the pressure was building.
Yeah.
And my brother was around to, he was crashing at my place, and we didn't have any Panadol. So I just had to start, and I could not go to sleep. This pain was too much.
The spice jar. Do you remember what spice it was? Maybe that made it worse.
No, I don't. I think it was like some herb.
Because if it was chili or something, then I'd understand.
No, there was no spilling of. It was just the jar. Yeah.
Oh, so the jar didn't break?
No.
Oh, it just kind of twatted your toe. Yeah,
broke
right.
The skin. And so I could not get to sleep, so in order to get to sleep, I just had to start drinking this bottle of Southern Comfort I had.
So you just got drunk to
the
get over
hobo method
wussiest toe injury in history.
And I was just sitting there thinking, like, this is such a waste of
Southern Comfort.
I'm just drinking this to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But it got me 4 hours of sleep before the pain came back.
Well, there you go.
So that was that. But that's wussy. A jar of herbs on the big toe.
Dominated by a jar of oregano.
But it would have been nicer if I could have turned off the pain there.
Yeah, the way you present that is the worst thing, the lamest thing I've ever done is lost a fight to a jar of oregano.
You've lost a fight?
You lost a fight to it. It beat you. It drew blood first.
That's true. It did. Yeah,
I think that's probably it for that one. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, unless there's any, we've got no comments.
I don't think we've got anything else. One of our colleagues, I guess, Matthew, has also said, unfortunately, he's in pain. He wishes he could delay it 24 hours. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it seems like this is a very relatable topic.
Well, I mean, look, I'm sure if I was a politician, if I was even pretending to be a politician,
would that be your platform?
Yeah, I said we're going to set up a task force to turn pain off.
Oh yeah, you'd win before the election even started.
Yeah.
It'd be like, we want this guy. Screw the other guys.
Yeah.
This guy's going to turn the pain off.
He's going to turn pain off, and with a task force.
But of course, a government task force into anything as a pre-election promise is going to be about $4 billion, 8 years, and no results. So.
Yeah, but I'll just have to force the task a bit harder.
Yeah.
I'll get another task force to force them.
It's the task force.
Your job is to get the task force back on track.
Yeah.
Right.
It's task force the task. Here. I want to talk about something which I just find a little bit strange and funny, but also somewhat irritating. It appears to me that everybody that goes on holidays is contractually obligated to take a picture of themselves at the departure gate before they go. As though nobody will believe they went on holidays unless they post that picture to Facebook.
Yeah, that's just strange.
Everybody does it.
Yes.
I mean, I don't. I'm sure you don't either.
I think the last time I went overseas, we did take a picture.
But was it your idea?
Ooh, I can't remember.
I hope not.
This was 4-ish years ago.
Yeah, okay.
I can't remember. But
every time I see, and it happens every now and then, and it happens obviously a lot more in summer.
I don't see the problem with it, though.
It's bragging.
It's not. I mean, all photos are bragging
in a sense, but that particular one, I don't know what it is about that particular photo that annoys me. I think it is just the fact that there's only two things that in my mind, that could be possibly going on here. One, they just want everybody to know that they're going on holiday. Fine. They're going to get that from the holiday photos that you're going to be posting. The nice holiday photos, the nice beach, the nice whatever. Whatever you go and do and see and all the cool stuff, great, right? But those are things people are interested in. Now, if, say, a friend of yours goes on holiday to a country you've never been to before, you'd like to see some photos, see the cool stuff in that country or whatever. You've seen the departure gate at your airport.
Yes.
At the airport in your city. So the only other possibility is that they're posting that to confirm in everyone's minds. It has to be like, no, we really are going on holidays. The following photos aren't just things we downloaded off the internet. We are actually there. Right?
Yeah.
And it bothers me.
Right.
It really, really bothers me.
That's interesting.
Well, it's interesting that it bothers me.
Yeah, well, so you don't like the bragging aspect? Because I think I'm not much of a poster.
No, me neither.
But I would probably take the picture and then just never post it.
Yeah, I might take it for myself. It's a nice family thing.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going away with your family or whatever, it's a nice part of the memory,
It's
right?
like
It's documenting the trip.
Yeah, it's a book, like, that's part of the book.
Yeah, the rest of the world doesn't need to know.
Well, yeah.
They really don't.
I feel that in general about most of the things that get... I
know.
I don't need to know what you ate for lunch.
I know. And this kind of leads into the more general problem I have, is that people seem to think that I and my peers not just want, but need to know everything about their lives.
Right.
And we don't.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
There's no possible thing I could do with the information that you baked a cake today, or you took your dog for a walk today, or you went to the park. But that means nothing to me. I don't care. I couldn't possibly care even slightly about that.
Yeah.
That has no bearing on my life, all right? If anything, it makes it seem a bit boring. Right?
Yeah.
Lie. I went to the park and then did something cool, like...
So you just want to turn social media into just lying. Lots of people...
Well, that's what it is already. Have you seen this thing where, like, people will post the honest bloggers, right? They'll post a picture on Instagram, for example, and Instagram's particularly bad for this. They'll post a picture of Instagram of some beautiful beach or something like that. But then down the track, they'll be like, oh, so the photo that I posted yesterday that looks like this, here is the bit that I cropped out, kind of thing. And there's just crap everywhere on the beach. There's like, something's on fire off in the distance. There's police cars, kind of thing. People can curate that content as closely as they want. Right? The lying aspect of it is okay if you're creating this fantastical vision, as long as everybody understands that this doesn't reflect reality. Right? This is not what this person's life isn't all sports cars and nice beaches and all this stuff. This is just some cool stuff that they want to share with the world. Fine. But I baked a cake. I walked my dog. I went for a jog. I went to the shops. I ate a kebab today.
What if the cake baking is a proud accomplishment?
Yeah, okay. If it's a particularly nice cake or something artistic, like your school bus cakes or whatever, the cauldron, the art food.
I have a problem with those.
I know
cakes.
You have a problem with those.
Build a sculpture.
Yes. But nevertheless, it would make sense to post something like that because that's an interesting thing. Right?
Yes.
Right. Whereas one that I see a lot on people's Instagram stories is video of them walking to the bus stop or something. And worse than that, it's pointed at their feet. So they're walking along and you're just seeing the footpath rolling by and an occasional foot poke in from the bottom of the frame.
Is it narrated?
No. Almost never. There's usually a piece of text completely unrelated to the video. Just like, I don't like this TV show. But it's just a video of them walking and it's just like toes coming into the bottom of the screen every now and then.
I don't get that.
It's nonsense.
I'm too old, I feel, to understand that.
I feel like we're old enough that social media has somewhat passed us by, but not completely.
We were on the first wave, but I don't think we're on the second wave.
We haven't caught up, man. We're not up with these, like, the 5-second little videos that get millions of views because it's just like 5 jump cuts of like a slap going through 5 different environments or something before finally hitting someone and sending them into space.
Yes.
These dumb little videos and whatever.
Yes.
Who has the time? Who honestly has the time?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me ask you...
Please do.
So here, thinking about photo taking on holidays.
Sure.
Let's say you go to Italy.
Okay.
You see the Colosseum.
Sure.
Do you take a picture of the Colosseum?
Yes.
See, I don't.
Really?
No. And my reasoning is, There are many pictures of the Colosseum.
There are a lot of pictures of the Colosseum. And most of them are going to be better than yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I look at the Colosseum and I go, that's the Colosseum. And then I don't take the picture. If I'm in the picture, fine. If someone I know
that's
is in
what
the
I was going to say, is I'll typically take a photo if I'm in the photo. Like, I'll have someone take a photo of me in front of some cool thing.
But my family, I remember, was sort of like, just why don't you take the picture? I'm like, it's online.
First of all, I've seen it.
Yeah. I can see the Arc de
I
Triomphe.
remember what it looks like.
It doesn't matter whether it's my picture of the Eiffel Tower or the Arc de Triomphe or the, Leaning Tower of Pisa. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let me ask you something. Of all the countless pictures and videos, and various other things that your parents took of you when you were a child,
yes,
how often do you think they've gone back to look at them?
Oh, I don't know. They go back. The photos probably... I mean, it's hard because we did this whole digitisation project, so that, I guess, sort of stirred up the status quo where all the photos came out. But before that, no, I don't think the photos got much of a look in at all.
We've just had something happen here. I hope this is still working.
Oh.
Because what happened is, it looks like we might still be okay, but what happened is Windows Update just came up on this machine, and for some reason, asked me, do you wish to restart now, but closed the web browser.
What?
Yes.
See, we need a task force.
Nah, we've gone offline.
Oh, well then.
Oh, hang on. Are we back? No. Ooh. We're back. It looks like we're back. Oh, no, it keeps getting interrupted. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. No, it looks like we're still okay. I think it picked up the same stream.
Are we...
Sorry. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, but...
Can you hear us?
Are we still on?
Are we still out there, or have we been taken down by a Windows
No,
update?
I think it came back up. Did your thing start playing again?
It's like jumping a few...
Jumping a little bit is okay, but did the thing that says live video interrupted go away?
It never said that.
It never said that? Okay. I think we're okay. I guess we should just carry on. Actually, let me quickly check. See if I can check on my phone. Okay. Jack says it's up. Let's see. Nah, we're good. All right, we're good. Sorry about that. That was, you can blame Microsoft for that. If you have a problem with Microsoft, send them an email at whatever their email address is.
No. You start a task force. We need to stop. Once the message is delivered,
yep,
you move on. You deal with the message. You don't let the messenger keep nudging you, going, "Hey, you got to do this. There's a man outside to see." Yes, I know there's a man outside to see me.
Yep.
Go away, sir. Well, if you're calling your messenger, sir. Apparently the video is dead.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Is that a loss?
Is that a loss? I don't know.
It's the audio is still going out, and that is the more important of the sensors.
Is it, though?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
No one wants to just look at us moving around and just without hearing. The words are the attraction here.
All right.
Do I need to restart this watch party? What?
No, it should have come back online.
Okay. It is just very paused.
Yeah, it was a bit... on these machines here, it says the image is frozen. That's all right. Let's just push on. We'll just push on.
Well, don't we got any ads?
We do have ads now anyway. So here on that one. I don't even know where that ended, to be honest. But it's time for ads. What?
It's just, I've never heard such a more gentle ad introduction. It is time for ads.
We don't do gentle transitions here, Tony. We do ads.
We do ads.
All right. So we'll be back shortly.
Yes.
Oh, no. The browser just crashed again. I'm putting the ads on.
Fresh Radio. Η καλύτερη ραδιοφωνική συντροφιά στο σπίτι, στη δουλειά και φυσικά στο αυτοκίνητο. Fresh Radio. Γιατί απλά δεν μπορείς να αντισταθείς. Η ραδιοφωνική καρδιά της πόλης χτυπά μόνο εδώ. Σαν Fresh.
Ακούς Fresh Radio. Fresh Radio.
We're back.
Was there actually an ad in there, or was it all just station
I think
IDs?
that was just 3 stings. Yeah, 3 station IDs.
Wow, in a row.
In a row.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to make sure that people know which radio station they're listening to.
Yeah, but I'm a little sad that no one wants to advertise during this time slot.
Well, it's pretty controversial stuff, talking about
Photos, task forces,
bad taps, things like that.
We have a message here.
Yep.
Due to the slideshow-like nature, says, I feel I've missed out on at least 7 important facial contortions.
You have. This is what I'm saying.
Yes. But
the facial contortions are what this show is about for me.
Right.
I do lots of them, in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah. You don't need to see the face, I think. Which is interesting, because I don't like phone calls.
You don't like phone calls?
But I would rather the audience...
Yeah, but we can't do this show over text message.
Yeah, that's true. We cannot.
No.
At that point, you might as well just become a writer.
We should. All right. Should we push on?
Yes.
All right. Pushing on.
Item number 3.
Item number 3.
Now, we've talked a lot of bollocks.
We have talked a lot of bollocks.
Throughout what is this, episode 17?
16?
16?
No, 17.
We talked a lot of bollocks. Yeah. And I'm starting to now, that scene in A Beautiful Mind with all the string attached to, newspaper clippings and his work. I'm seeing patterns here.
Oh, yeah?
Amongst the bollocks.
What kind of patterns are you seeing in the bollocks?
I've seen a problem and a solution, right?
Oh.
This is high-level stuff. Yeah?
High-level bollocks.
Yeah, this is taking bollocks and adding them together to make, super bollocks.
Artistic bollocks.
Yes.
Elevating it to an art form.
Yes.
All right.
Bollocks, interestingly, will feature a lot in this segment.
All right. The word bollocks or just bollocks in general?
Bollocks in general.
All right.
So, we've discussed several times about the problem with security. No one takes passwords seriously.
Sure.
Bank accounts, I've had my bank account broken into. I don't know what you've had.
Yeah.
I've had my Facebook hijacked. No one really does that anymore, but that was a problem. You leave your computer unlocked, Facebook hijacked.
But not hacked. People love saying hacked when you just leave your Facebook logged in and they type, haha, I like farts.
Yes.
That's not a hack.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, so that's a problem.
Yes.
And then we also discussed, in the Teegan episode...
Yes.
That, and I don't know if I'm allowed to use this word, so I'll use it once.
Yes.
No one really... The dick pic is not successful.
No, it's not.
No one is interested in receiving that.
No.
No one wants to look at that. It doesn't work.
I think you should call it the genital photograph.
The genital photograph, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, we have 2 problems here. Why not turn it into a solution? What if every time you logged onto your Facebook, you type in the password, it goes, okay, here is your genital photograph. You click a button, okay, and then you move on.
A picture of my genital or some random one?
No, yours. So you upload your genitals. This problem, this is a solution only for half of the world.
You weren't kidding about this being bollocks, literally and figuratively.
So we got to figure out a solution for the other half of the world, I suppose. But for 50%...
Well, no, both halves of the world... Well, everybody in the world has genitals.
Yes, but I don't know whether or not...
Yeah, true, okay, yep.
Yeah, no one wants to see my genitals.
No.
So why not...
I certainly don't.
Why not use that as a form of security? So you want to... Tony's left his computer open. I'm going to log in to his Facebook and leave a hijack.
Oh, I see.
And you log in.
Yeah.
But now Facebook, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm going to have to look at his junk before I get through and see and get to the mischief stuff. That to me, I think, is a flawless solution to both problems.
Yes.
So you go to the bank.
I suppose I'm familiar enough with my own that it won't bother me.
Yeah, well, you go to the bank. You go, I'd like to withdraw a large amount of money. And they go, okay, sir, we have your junk on record. We just... Before you can withdraw the money, you just have to look at this photo of your junk. You hold the junk photo up. If that's not you...
You'll recoil in horror.
Yeah, if I knew enough of your details to socially engineer to get some of your bank account money, the idea of having to look at your junk is probably going to deter me into going, all right, you know what, I don't need the money. I'm just going to go and do something else.
Okay, yeah.
So this is my thought, yeah, just in the same way that castles, well, you know, you'd have some treasure and you'd stick...
You're a castle person.
Let's not get bogged down.
All right, let's not get bogged down.
But you got some treasure. You stick a troll in front of it.
Sure.
The troll guards the treasure.
Sure.
We all, well, the men have trolls in our pants.
We do.
Let's get them to guard our treasure.
There's only one problem with that.
What's the problem?
Most of the trolls in our pants look the same.
Yeah, but
broadly speaking.
I still don't particularly want to see your junk.
No.
And if I have to...
I put it to you...
Yes.
That there are a lot of people whose junk would look pretty similar to yours. It's not that secure. It's not a fingerprint.
No, but it's more of a deterrent than you're not identifying it.
So you're saying it's more a case of, if I do this, I'm going to have to look at some junk.
Yes.
But there are a lot of people that are okay with that.
Well, then it doesn't work for them.
That's a lot of people, though.
Well...
I'm sure 5 seconds of looking at a picture of somebody's junk won't put that many people off.
But would it put you off if you were... All right, so maybe not for a bank account, but for low-level mischief.
I suppose the thought that if I logged onto your Facebook, I would know that it was yours. Your junk appearing on the screen.
Yeah.
That's probably more off-putting than just junk.
Well, yeah, mate. Yeah, that's a good point. So you've been sneaky. You've seen me type my password in. You're like, ooh, I'm going to go in and I'm going to make some mischief on Tony's Facebook. You log in. All right.
Yeah.
Next, you've got the password right.
Yeah.
All you got to do now is just look at your junk, and then you move into your login. Are you gonna
click yes?
Are you clicking that yes? I want to see my junk. My junk, really?
Your junk,
really? My junk.
Yeah.
And then move into the. I don't think you are. I think I've protected myself.
I think it depends on how clear the proposed plan of mischief is. For example, if I had 30 seconds to quickly write something stupid on your Facebook, probably not. If I had come up with a whole scheme of changes I want to make to your profession, your bio, your display picture, all this kind of stuff, your relationships, all this kind of stuff, and I had the time to do it, yeah, I'd hack a couple of seconds in order to do that to you.
You would look at my junk?
In order to completely blitz your Facebook, yeah. I think I would.
Wow.
If I had a plan. And I say that because as a similar... Not the junk thing, of course, because that's not real. But my Facebook profile was completely obliterated by my sister a few years ago. She would never have done it.
She would never have done it.
You're right.
She got to the screen that said, all right, here's the screen where we show you your junk.
Yeah, she would go like, yep, I'm out.
I'm out.
I almost said the F word, but I'm out.
Yeah. See, so that it would work in some scenarios. And isn't that all what security is? Stuff that works in some scenarios.
Yeah, true. I mean, even locks only keep honest people out, right?
Yeah. So this is, just
for about
junk-based security.
Junk-based security. For about, I don't want to say about 6 or 8 hours in 2011, my name was Barbie Girl on Facebook. I went to the Barbie Cosmetics College.
Yeah.
I studied at Barbie University.
Was your sister into Barbie by any chance? Or?
Well, she was when she was a kid,
right.
But that was just funny,
right?
I guess you wanted to pick the most girly thing to put all over my profile. My display picture was Barbie. She even did a thing where, I remember, way back at this point in time, it used to do like a little timeline of your most recent photos. And she even went and downloaded a little banner, cut it into 5 pieces, and uploaded each one in reverse order so that it would make a Barbie banner across the top of my profile. It was a work of art, really.
Right.
But if we had junk-based security, never would have happened. It would never would have happened.
No. My crown achievement, I had a housemate, and he asked me, hey, can I use your computer? I just need to do something on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I said, sure. So he gets on the computer. He comes out and he goes, you left your Facebook open. You really shouldn't have done that. I didn't do anything, but that wasn't clever of you. And I said, well, look, you asked me. I gave it to you. I thought you would be... I didn't think I'd had to worry about security.
No, I trust you.
And he's like... Well, and he gave me a dressing down about...
Never trust anyone.
Yeah. Then he said, right, I'm off to Warragul for the weekend. He leaves. I sit down at my computer. His Facebook is wide open. So I had the weekend.
You had the whole weekend?
The
The whole weekend to obliterate that profile.
After he had a go at me for security, he leaves it open for the whole weekend. So I was going through and requesting old teachers we had. And they weren't big Facebook users. So for like the next 2 months, I just...
he'd occasionally get a such and such accepted your friend request or something.
Why the hell am I friends with this teacher now?
Why am I friends with Dr. Smith from high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I changed his birthday, which is another good one to do.
What did you change it to, though?
Just
something amusing, or just changed it randomly?
No, I changed it to like a few days, like a week from that day.
Right.
So that a week from now, everyone was going to start wishing him a happy birthday.
That's a good way to weed out the people that don't know your birthday.
It is.
Well, obviously a lot of people on your Facebook don't actually know your birthday, and that's fine because you've met them 3 times in your life.
Yeah.
Occasionally, and someone did do this. I haven't done this, but someone did do this. Someone in my circle of friends changed his birth date on Facebook and then actually sat down and did that in order to make a note of the people that should know his birthday but don't.
Right.
That's a bit of a dick move, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You should really say genital move.
Genital move,
yes. But that's, I don't really have much more. I mean, I feel like we need another task force. Junk-based security task force.
See, what's the JBS task force? The JBS task force.
But I mean,
that took me a long time.
If you even think about like people, getting into other people's accounts on, you go in and you lie your way through to the bank officer.
Yeah,
just goes, look, all right, I'm going to show you some junk now.
Blam! Yeah.
If it's yours, you won't have a problem with seeing this junk.
But what if you go, looks like mine? Could be anyone's, though.
Well, it's you've uploaded the junk.
You gave them the picture of your junk.
You gave them the picture. Okay. You got to supply it.
That's so weird. The problem with that, I suppose, is that children have bank accounts, but...
Do they? No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, well, then, okay, you set it to an 18 thing.
18 plus. Anyway, anything else on that one?
No, that's all.
Here. My next topic is item. Is going to be a short one, I reckon.
Oh, that's good.
Shortish one.
Well, how short?
Well, it depends how short, but we're doing all right.
Okay.
Well, we've got to get 2 more, and we've only got 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And incidentally, that's an hour behind. But that says 4:44, not 5:44.
Yeah, you're right.
And you will have noticed this, but it is and almost all police officers do this, and that is drive 15 kilometres an hour under the speed limit at all times. And I swear they do it just to watch everybody around them squirm, wondering whether they should overtake them.
Yeah. I do. Whenever, I'd go along, I drive. As soon as I see a police car, I forget to drive.
You forget how to drive, yeah.
I just become very conscious of everything.
Yeah, you make sure you indicate for 3 whole seconds before you change lanes. And
and
then you try to remember, was it 3 or 5 seconds? As though the police officer's counting.
Yeah. I had one on me, for every corner I took, he was following me.
Was he tailgating as well? Because they like to do that.
No, not really. But I was just just stewing in self-awkwardness. Just go down a different road or something.
Yeah. Were you taking random turns just to see if they'll follow you? Because I've done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was a P-plater, I used to drive a really obnoxious Honda Civic. 2-door coupe, gold wheels, big exhaust pipe, all that. Had a sticker on the back that says, I am the Stig.
Mm-hmm.
Which was placed there to cover a phrase someone had keyed into my bumper, or rather keyed into the bumper of the car the day before I bought it. So when I went to inspect it, I saw this phrase, which was suck my genital, keyed into the bumper, and I got the guy to drop $500 off the car with the idea being that I'd get it resprayed. Nah, I just put a sticker over it. I am the Stig, which is the racing driver from Top Gear. And so I reckon I got pulled over twice a week in that car. I was a P-plater as well. I was 17 years old. The amount
you were in...
Yeah, just way back in the day.
Yes, because if you were in Victoria, you couldn't have been a P-plater.
Yeah, no, this was in Queensland. Yeah. The amount of times I had police officers just egging me on. Right. Just they sort of get in real close and then pull back and get in real close and pull back. And I never, I should say, I never follow the 15 under that the police are doing. I go right around them. I don't care. Right?
Really?
They can't stop me. Right?
Until the lights are flashing, they're just another car.
It is just another car. And so...
With lights that can turn on at any
and
moment.
it goes, boo, woo, yeah. So they're tailgating and tailgating, and they're trying to egg me on, right?
Right.
Tailgating and tailgating. And so all I do is I just start randomly changing gears to make a bunch of noise and all this thing. And at some point, he gets a little close, and I brake check him, right? He didn't hit me or anything, so then he pulls me over. Comes up all this, hands on the hips, all la-di-da, gonna give you a talking to, a dressing down. He comes up, I roll the window down, he goes, and this is the first thing came out of his mouth, he goes, "Who's the stig, mate?"
Did you have an educated guess for him?
I said, "You know who the stig is, officer."
Who did he want to know who the stig was, or who the man behind the stig was?
I don't know.
Right.
I think he was just, he was just being a smart ass.
Right.
"Who's the stig, mate?" I said, "I think you know who the stig is, officer." And he just kind of gives me this look. I've done nothing wrong, right? When I say brake check, I didn't slam on the brakes. I just tapped him a little bit so that it would give him a bit of a scare. He goes, "Why'd you brake check me?" I said, "A possum ran out into the road."
He's not going to buy that.
"So what?" Right? He goes, "I didn't see it." I'm like, "Well, it came out and ran back off." He goes, "Yeah, but I didn't see it." I'm like, "Yeah, but you were behind me. It ran out in front of my car." So we do this for a couple of minutes. He can't book me for anything, right? He just sort of lets me go. I drove off, and then the rest of the way home, which I took a rather circuitous route to get home, he was just following me the whole way. And I'm taking random little turns down side streets. I am going nowhere this police officer could possibly be going, right? I've even doubled back a few times and gone down the other way of streets I've just gone up and all this, behind me the whole way, the entire way. But the problem I have with this is it causes chaos, and particularly here in Melbourne, there's those roads you get which are, there's the big road with the trams in the middle, then there's one lane right side the trams, then there's like a median, then there's another lane on the other side of the median, which you can only use for turning off onto the side streets. You can only go straight on the first one. But occasionally there's like turning lanes and stuff like that. It goes down to two lanes. I'm driving up St Kilda Road last week, and there's a police officer doing like 35, right? People are flying up. They'll see the police officer. Not one person passed him. They all just start braking, ducking in behind the police car, taking lefts, taking rights to get away from it, whatever. Absolute chaos. There's cars going everywhere just because one police officer couldn't be bothered going the speed limit. And you know what the most insulting part was?
What?
At some point, I got a space to go past him. I looked in his window. He was laughing. He was cackling behind the wheel.
Right.
They know people are going to just be terrified of trying to overtake them, go around them, do anything wrong. People are suddenly indicating where they've never indicated properly before. You got people tick tock, sitting there doing the whole 5-second indicate before they change lanes and all this.
Right.
You can do all that, but also go 60, please. God.
Yeah, they probably do enjoy it.
All that said, I'd do it too.
Yeah, well, that's why.
I knew you were going to ask that. All that said, I would absolutely do it. It would be hysterical just watching everybody have no idea what to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about just quickly putting someone on the spot.
Yeah.
What are you doing there? Well, just whatever was
I don't know. What am I supposed to be doing?
Just was dealing with
50, 60? What's the speed limit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
objectively funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But bugger 'em. I was going to say something else, but I can't.
Well, yeah. I don't know. They have their fun. No,
there's not much else fun going on, is there?
Well,
just driving around looking for crime.
I reckon they have some fun. They must have fun when they're doing the breath test and the clearly sloshed man says, "I've only had a few."
Well, have you seen that TV show RBT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must.
They love it.
They must. I reckon they've got probably a list of like, we know, but what are the most amusing questions we can now ask at this point?
Yeah.
To just for our own amusement.
Yeah.
I would
too.
Yeah.
Well, because you got to make your own fun. Because if you think about it, a police officer's job is to go and deal with all the people nobody else wants to. Right? So, You know, it's just like, that guy has a gun. Better call the police. Police comes up, it's just like, yeah, but that guy's got a gun. I don't want to go deal with him. It's just like, yes, except that's what we pay you for. Off you go, buddy.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that. Get the police officer.
Yeah. Get him to deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm too scared to deal with it.
That is true.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
What is the final item on the agenda?
The final item on the agenda, there's people, and they're not doing
There are, in fact, people.
That is true. Thank you for listening. You've no. So there's a bunch of people who like to predict the end of the world. The end is nigh.
Oh, yeah, there's a few good ones.
Yeah,
too.
they stand around with their cardboard.
Yeah.
You know, the world is going to come to an end. The end is nigh.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, what is their day like the day after it didn't end?
Miserable, I imagine.
But what do they sort of get up? Do they go back into work? What?
Well, I imagine you would just kind of try and backpedal.
Backpedal?
Well, there was a sort of Christian, it was one of those minor sects of Christianity in the southwest somewhere, I think it was the United States. And there was a pastor that predicted the end of the world for October 1999 or something like that, right? Way back then. Old fella. And, the day comes and goes. Nothing happens. He disappears for a week. He comes back a week later. He goes, I do the maths again. I got it wrong the first time. Right? It's actually going to end in 2001. Right? It's like, we're all devout, whatever. We like you and blah, blah. We're going to follow you to this. Great. So they get to that day in 2001 or whatever it was. Doesn't happen again. Right?
Shocking.
I know. Right? The problem with that is, never mind the first time, but the second time around, the fact that people even bought sorry, I did my back of the napkin calculation incorrectly, that alone is insane, right? But a bunch of people at that point sold their houses, sold their cars, got rid of all their material possessions. They went up and sat on this hill and watched the sun go down, expecting to die. And then it didn't.
Why did they sell their houses?
You don't need them when the world ends.
But you don't need the money you make from the sold house.
You can enjoy the money in the meantime. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either, but they did. They sold all their stuff.
Okay.
They got rid of all their stuff.
All right.
Right?
Sure.
Critically, the priest sold nothing. Whatsoever.
Why?
Right? So that means one of two things.
And did he just go around buying houses?
I don't know, but it means one of two things, right? This guy had his own radio station too. This means one of two things. One, he took your line of thinking and went, well, what difference does it make? Right? Or he knew the world wasn't going to end.
Well, sounds like that.
Yeah, and he just used it as an excuse to get people to donate to his church so he could spread the word and the mission and all this kind of thing. And then he just made off with the money.
Well, he's a scammer. I'm talking more about the people who believe it in their hearts.
Yeah.
The world is going to end.
Well, this program interviewed a bunch of those people and they were all absolutely miserable. None of them were like, yay, second chance at life. They were all just like, I can't believe I'm still alive. Right? It was so weird. You would think you'd be like, well, all right, I sold all my stuff and I've got nothing, but at least I'm not dead. Nah.
What?
They were all just like, well, now I've got no money.
But you got life.
Yeah.
You're still alive.
What am I going to do with life without money? Was basically the feeling in the room.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
It was very strange.
Yeah. But I've just always wondered, they can't just go back into work.
Well,
Hi, Bob.
You probably should, though, shouldn't you, if you've sold everything?
Didn't you say the world was going to end, Jim? Yep. But,
Well, actually, I just told you what somebody else told me, so
yeah.
Didn't work out this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a bit of a gap there, and then we didn't have another one until December 21st, 2012. That one came and went. Have we had any since then? Any big ones?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think the one that will be interesting, I think Newton said... I think Newton gave a date of like 2066 or 2096 or something like that.
Well, I know there's the one coming up when the 2012 one was when the Mayan calendar ran out, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Newton's one is probably the next. He was a smart cookie.
You mean
Newton.
Isaac Newton?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He thought the world was going to end too. I had no idea.
Apparently, I just saw the end of this documentary on Isaac Newton, and they said, and his prediction for when the world would end, and then flaming numbers came up.
2066.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Then again, for a smart guy, he did think you could turn lead into gold. So
Was that Newton?
Yeah, Newton was an alchemist.
Was he?
I think so.
That doesn't sound right. He sounds too clever for that.
Let's see. Isaac Newton's occult studies. Yeah.
Wow.
Isaac Newton's lost alchemy recipe rediscovered. It's on National Geographic. It has to be true.
Yeah, but he probably was close to cracking it. As in solving it.
But a lot of people said that about Fermat's last theorem, right? Where he just wrote in the margin, I have a proof, but it doesn't fit in the margin. And then it took us 400 years to figure it out.
Have we figured it out?
We have figured out Fermat's last theorem, yeah.
I did not know that. And he still gets credit, even though we figured it out.
Yeah, well...
That is so wrong.
Well, he was so smart that he figured it out and went, you know what? I'm going to let them figure it out for themselves because it doesn't fit in this margin.
No. But
I reckon he was lying.
Other people have had to have worked out that theorem. They should get the credit.
Yeah. Well...
If you don't write it down, you don't get the credit.
The guy that figured it out is like... the royal this and head of that and emeritus professor at 50,000 universities now. He's well known in the mathematical community.
Yeah. And it's his theorem.
No, it's his solution to Fermat's theorem.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't propose the problem. It wasn't his conjecture.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway. We got anything else?
No, I think we're about done.
Shall we fade in the exit music?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No more listener comments.
Let's see. We've got some relevant ones here.
Ooh.
We've got Jack here says, to do with the departure gate topic, I was arguing with my friends whether we should do that photo at the departure gate, and someone else showed up and asked us to take that photo for them. He also says, the most ridiculous thing I've seen the police do is set up a booze bus on the Monash freeway. That does seem ridiculous.
That is, yeah.
Over here, we've got... fun cop-like things to do. Yell "Oi" when you see someone causing trouble, but they can't see you. Which is a good one. The "Oi."
Oi. That would drive fear into the heart of me.
So what, you see someone doing something dodgy, duck around a corner and just yell "Oi."
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You don't even need to be a cop, really, to do that.
No.
That's not... Oh, it does say cop-based things, though, doesn't it?
It does say cop-based things.
Yeah.